guys, what's up? Happy Vlogmas Day 10. I don't know if you guys have ever been told that Jesus Christ probably wasn't born on Christmas Day. You know, Mary was going on the trek to Bethlehem, you know, like I'm kind of lost for the words that I'm looking for. Like a religious trek, I guess, but that's not really what I'm trying to say. Another thing that pops into my head is like on Breaking Bad when they're in Mexico and people are like on their knees and their elbows crawling to the temple. But they go on their knees and their elbows like the whole way. There's some people that take these long voyages to other like motherlands or different places for religious reasons all over the world. So supposedly Mary was taking this type of voyage or trek or journey to Bethlehem with Joseph, and people question, why would she be doing that in the middle of winter? Why wouldn't she be doing this like in the springtime or something like that? And that's one of the main arguments for whether or not, you know, Christmas or Jesus's birthday was in wintertime, was in December. So the Soaring Seaward Family, if you don't know about them, you should check them out. She was telling me that regardless of when he was actually born, we are choosing Christmas as the day that we're going to celebrate his birth. And that made a lot of sense to me. Like, you know, for once somebody gave me a good answer that like made some sense. Like, well, why are we doing Christmas in December in the wintertime? And why are we doing all that if that's not the way that it looks like in the Bible? And yeah, she let me know that we've just stuck with it. And that makes sense to me. Your decorations are just that. They're just decorations. And we're not praying to these trees or worshiping them or honoring them like we would God or Jesus Christ. That it's not a big deal. So that played into my decision to set up my Christmas tree and to celebrate Christmas, because you guys know I've been struggling. If you don't know, you could watch some of my video. Well, one of my videos was called I'm Struggling, and it has to do with choosing to celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, even though I've been reading the Bible and I feel like I've been taught to not do it because of fear of partaking in ideology, you know, having false idols other than God. I wanted to say thank you to Ivy from the Soaring Seaward Family for shedding light on that, because it made a difference to me. And I hope that this video reaches somebody who really wants to just decorate and celebrate and knows wholeheartedly that Santa and Christmas is not any equivalent to Jesus Christ or God. I know that. And I was almost like bullied into not celebrating because I didn't know how to answer the questions on like, well, what do you think you're doing when you're setting up a Christmas tree and things like that? Or why would you celebrate Jesus's birthday on the 25th of December if we know that it's not then? Ivy helped me to feel better about it, and not just like finding comfort in my own truth instead of what's actually true. It's just being realistic. Like, she's being realistic. We don't, you know, we don't know the day. That's the day that people chose to celebrate. So what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That's how I feel now. And I've read the passage in the Bible. I'm cutting down evergreens and decking it in silver and gold and things like that. And people call upon that passage to say that, you know, they're talking about decorating a Christmas tree. But someone else brought to my attention that, or gave their opinion that it's not a Christmas tree getting cut down and decorating that they're talking about. It is ideology in that statues were made out of wooden sculptures, like, and they might have painted those with silver or gold over the wood or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, even think about it, it's logical to do something like that. You use wood, it's cheaper, it's lighter, it's abundant, and then you paint it with whatever materials, you want to show it off. So that was kind of eye-opening, because I was convinced that that passage was talking about cutting down a tree like we do. We go out and find a tree and cut it down, bring it into our home for a Christmas tree and decorate it. And that's not really what the Bible was talking about. It's talking about creating statues and monuments, things like that. And all this stuff really blows my mind, because it's like, you know, they say you shouldn't interpret the Bible alone. You see how easy, like, one simple passage, not so simple passage, can really mean so many different things to different people. And do you see, like, the clarity and the comfort that I found in consulting in somebody else about that passage and seeing what they think? Now I feel like I realize why we shouldn't be interpreting the Bible alone. So yeah, today's day 10 of Vlogmas. Vlogmas has been difficult, picking up the camera every day. I really think a lot of it has to do with, like, people thinking about how they look. You know, I had to kind of, like, get over, like, I'm not, a lot of the ladies that I saw in here before I even made a channel, they do a lot of makeup tutorials and hair and stuff like that. And, you know, at first you might think, like, do I have to do stuff like that to really have a channel that people want to watch? And obviously not. You know, obviously not everybody does makeup or hair. But it's also interesting to me, because before I had kids, I used to love putting on makeup and doing my hair all the time. Like, and I remember one time in school, they were like, they would tell you to take the first letter of your first name and, like, make a little saying that would go with it to help people remember your name. It was like the first day of school. And I remember in this one class, I think it was Miss Hackett, I said, always doing her hair, Elena, something like that. And, like, I really always like to do hair. Like, I always used to cut my friend's hair. Remember when those side bangs were popular? Like, some people still have them, but, like, the bangs that come down like this to the side. I used to stay cutting bangs on me and my friends. And people didn't even go to the hairdresser. Like, I used to just cut hair. I went to beauty school for a little bit until I ended up having kids, and I couldn't handle having young kids and going to school and working full-time. And my mom didn't really want to help me, and I didn't have any other support really at the time. So, but I was getting awards. I got the highest clinical number count award. I got an award for the highest grades in the class. I got an award because people saw me struggle to try to keep going to class. Like, I used to have to take a bus. Like, obviously I'm driving a car right now, or an SUV, but I used to have to take 3 buses to get to beauty school. And that was after I worked at a call center from 8 to about 5, and I had to be beauty school by, like, I think I worked 8 to 4, and I had to be to beauty school by 5:30. So I had like an hour and a half to get home and get my suitcase. It was a suitcase with my mannequin heads and all my gear and stuff like that, and then take 3 buses. One from the town I was living in to the next town, or from where I was living to the middle of town, or the city, and then from the middle of the city out to the next city, and then from that city to the outskirts of that city on a trolley. So yeah, but I say all that to say I had a passion for it. I used to like that stuff. I used to always buy different, like, products, like, try different things, and just all kinds of stuff. Even when I was a little girl, like, all the different, like, curling irons, crimping irons, curling with a straightener, straightening, blow drying someone's hair and straightening it that way with the comb. Like, I used to like taking time to do stuff like that, and that's something that I lost when I had kids. Like, I used to like doing my makeup. I used to do a full face. I don't wear any makeup now. Like, None of the videos that you've seen on my channel have makeup on. And like, there's sometimes where I'm like, why not just buy some makeup and just do it again? Like, you used to like to do that. I mean, not saying every day either, but why not just do it here and there? Like, I used to like to do my makeup and my hair and go out and do something or take a couple pictures or whatever, and it just adds to the list of things that I used to like to do for myself that I don't do anymore because I have kids. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling now. I don't mean to, but at the end of the day, I feel like even though I'm 28 years old, I feel like I'm really still learning who I really want to be. Like, the person I was 10 years ago is so different from who I am now. And I used to be kind of like loud and not aggressive necessarily, but I had no issue with conflict. I felt like conflict solved problems. Like, we always have, if something was going on, we got to bring it up right now, we got to solve it right now. Like, and people used to think I was confrontational, and I used to always stand up for everything that I believed in, everything that, you know, I thought was right, and I didn't care who I had to go against, not physically, but like, you know, just even with words, just being able to debate. And life happened to me, and now I feel like I don't give my opinion as much. There was a time where I stopped singing. I used to always sing and dance all the time, like all the time. Like, I'd be out in public, like even going back to school. I used to go to and be in school singing in my classroom, didn't care. After school, when I was in college, when I had to walk, you know, outside to the train station or whatever, when I was in New York, I didn't care. If I was listening to something and I wanted to sing it, I would sing it loud as hell. I didn't care. And it made me feel good. Like, it made me feel like alive to just sing whenever I wanted to, as loud as I wanted to, like not obnoxiously, just belt something out whenever I wanted to, right? Dance whenever I wanted to. And life happened to me, and I found myself not doing any of that anymore. Not even really listening to music and connecting with music anymore. And that was hard to realize, that I had lost that. But I mean, I guess realizing it is the first step in deciding if that's something I want to get back into my life, which obviously it is. You see me singing little things here and there. I used to like to freestyle all the time. Back when I was in school, I had a friend named Donald, and Donald used to freestyle all the time, and he used to think it was hilarious, like, to try to get me to freestyle with him, go back and forth with him. Or like, you know, somebody's freestyling and you throw a word in at them and they got to try to incorporate it into the freestyle. So if he's freestyling and I'm sitting in the room and I say video game, he's supposed to just go off that and start talking about video games and stuff like that. I used to love freestyling, and I feel like it makes you so much smarter. Like, you use parts of your brain that some people don't ever use, and like, you learn to put different words together and think on your feet, and it makes you witty. And I used to love freestyling. And I lost a lot of that. It's not lost, I guess it's in there, but yeah, so that's another reason why I'm even on this YouTube channel, why I even made this YouTube channel, because I'm really, like somebody said before, they called it colliding with life. I'm colliding with life right now, and I'm just trying to figure out who it is that I really want to be, and trying to find those elements of who I really was that really made me happy, and trying to wake those up again. You know what I'm saying? So, alright guys, I'm going to end this. Thank you so much. Let me know if you resonated with anything that I said today. And happy Vlogmas, y'all. Bye.